Hey guys, it's David back again with another video breaking down our Dish Network and Amazon Prime partnership plays that we've been talking about since last week. If you look on our channel, we've uploaded 2 shorts talking about this, kind of showing our trades. This is going to be the longer format video, kind of breaking down the trades, when we got in, when we got out, why we got out so soon, too late, stuff like that, and how we kind of came across this play. So on Twitter, I follow a gentleman that goes by the handle Your Boy Milt and Orlando something. They're part of a trading group that also use the Unusual Whales platform that we'll look at in here in just a second. If we pull up Dish just to make it interesting, it's coming down, I think, a little bit. No, it went back up, so it pop lock and then drop, and then it's popping back up. So that's great. So what happened 4 days ago on the 21st, your boy Milt was doing just a breakdown of some of the unusual flow going on with the stock market. He put in Dish, and here's a bunch of pretty colors, but 721 4 days ago, what we saw here was that there were multiple people, one here, and here, and I think it was these two specifically that caught Milt's eyes while he was doing this live video, and he started flipping out, and he was like, wait.
Whoa! Dish buy to open. Oh, look what we have here.
So basically, what, from my understanding, what this is showing is that there was someone that put over 130,000, which, I mean, if you go through the entire day, besides this last one, this guy was going short, either going short or selling the short, which I think that's what he was doing. Regardless, if we look at these last 4 rows, what's happening here is that a single trade went in for 86,000, 56,000, 130, and 96,000. That basically bought up this Dish. This one is buying the $20 and $15 call, but someone spent $220,000 on $8 calls that expired this week. So if that doesn't tell you, like, you can see these guys down here, these are basically leaps. You're just hoping for something. This guy has a huge price target. Not to say that he won't make money on this trade. He's obviously going to make money, and probably we can definitely look and see how much money they've made so far. But this guy, it was, at this point, we had a week till expiration, so 7 days. He was buying a weekly contract on, I think it was Friday the 21st. Yeah, on Friday the 21st, halfway through the day. So that was just, that just kind of showed that somebody was going in big on this Dish play. Did they know something that we didn't? Well, maybe. And like I said, today, the 25th, that news came out, and I'll put that screenshot up on the video that shows that Dish and Amazon are working together. You look at some of these headlines from MarketWatch and Bloomberg. Dish's stock pops up amid report company will start selling wireless service on Amazon this week. Boost Mobile is a part of Dish Network. So when did this happen? It was purchased by Dish on July 1st, 2020. So that, this was a while ago. So Dish Network, the people that gave you satellite TV bought Boost Mobile. And so this happened when T-Mobile and Sprint kind of merged together. I feel like, it was owned by Sprint, but when T-Mobile bought Sprint, they went ahead and just sold off Boost Mobile. And so Dish was like, shoot, we're not doing anything. Let's buy them up and let's see if we can gain another source of revenue. And so that's what they did. So again, this is how we got the mobile service. So we have these news articles today that say, from Bloomberg, from MarketWatch, that say that we're going to start seeing mobile service being offered by Amazon from Dish, which is Boost Mobile. What's interesting though is you can go on Google, just look up Dish Amazon, click on news, go to more news, or just to look. And you can find articles from, exactly 2 weeks ago. It says, could Dish and Amazon redefine the future of wireless? So, we go through this article and, in the background, this was happening for a while. What people were speculating that we knew Amazon was going to be providing mobile services. So if you're a Prime member, right now I think it's either going to be free for Prime members or heavily discounted, like $25 a month for Boost Mobile. And, if you're trying to save some money, you're trying to do some budgeting, stuff like that, this may be the way to go, especially if you're already paying for Prime. So we knew Amazon was going to do this, and that news had been out for I think even longer, if I'm not mistaken. But nobody knew who the provider was going to be. Was it going to be Verizon? Was it going to be AT&T or T-Mobile? The big three mobile services giants. Dish was in the running. They had Boost Mobile, and think about how T-Mobile feels now. T-Mobile, when they got Sprint, they sold off Boost Mobile to Dish, and now Dish is the one that got the contract or the partnership, whatever you want to call it. So now, after this news came out, if we go and look at AT&T, they dropped from here to here, a little bit, about 1% ish. That's probably a total percent. They dropped a little bit. Verizon, let's look at that. VZ. Verizon dropped a little bit, but they kind of recouped that loss. We'll see what happens in the morning. And then T-Mobile, which their ticker symbol is weird anyway. I guess T-Mobile and Sprint, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you see their drop. They were up in the day, about 0.5%, almost a whole percent at certain parts of the day. And then when that news dropped, they dropped almost 2%, $2. It's not a huge drop, but they dropped nonetheless. That means that these investors that were hoping that their favorite telecommunications stock was going to push it forward with Amazon, it didn't happen. So they're like, I'm selling, I'm going to Dish. Or they're just buying up Amazon. Let's see what Amazon is at right now. Amazonian, as Josh Answers calls them, they dropped. So you may think, why would Amazon drop? Well, think about it. If Amazon is using another company, does that make Amazon more valuable or less valuable? In a way, you could say less valuable, because now Amazon is not building something in-house. They are relying on someone else to provide them this mobile service. So if, let's say, Boost Mobile's networks go down, that means Amazon Prime Mobile is going down too. You get what I'm saying? So investors always sell this because they're not. I'm not saying they're not confident in Amazon, but it's just like, think about it. If you had to choose between Boost Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, I promise you, more than likely, Boost Mobile would be your last choice in terms of reliability, features, anything else that these other guys can provide that maybe Dish/Boost Mobile couldn't. So now people are like, why would you work with Boost Mobile? So that's some of the thinking I would that I can see here. Maybe maybe tomorrow or by the end of the week we can recoup some of this loss. We're down over 2% after hours for Amazon, but if Amazon lost value, then that means that our friends Dish Network/Boost Mobile gained all of that. That's where all this money. So the money that came out of AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Amazon, guess where it just went into? It just flew right into Dish Network, because people want to try to capitalize on this news, right? If we look over the past week, it's been going up. We said 2 weeks ago these articles were out that that this potential short squeeze could happen, and we haven't even talked about the potential takeover. But 2 weeks ago, so we go back on the month chart, 2 weeks ago around this time, even from here to, you can't do it on PC, but on mobile you can see the exact percentage increase. From July 11th to July 12th, we were trading about 725, and now at 840, let's see, 847, sorry, I can't do math in my head. Let's just say 730 plus 20%. Yeah, we're up roughly 15 to 20%, depending on how the market opens tomorrow. And that's going to be wonderful. So, like we showed on this Seeking Alpha article, there was talks, and maybe still even are talks, about an Amazon takeover of Dish Network. I mean, you look at this small, or I say small, relative small company compared to Amazon, and I mean, if this joint venture partnership works out and Amazon's like, shoot, what if we just buy Dish Network and now we can provide in-house mobile services and in-house satellite services? So now Amazon is not only going to be in retail, cloud services, web services, but now this telecommunications, something that AT&T Dish can't capitalize on because that's all they are. Something that Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, Warner Brothers can't capitalize because they're not a telecommunications company. At least Warner Brothers was with AT&T, but they sold them off just last year, I believe. So that used to be AT&T. You go back. Let me see if it was. If you can kind of see it. No, you can't really see it because it's been dropping a good bit. At some point throughout this area right here, AT&T split into two companies, AT&T and then Warner Brothers. They were one stock, and then they haven't been able to really make a lot of money, and we haven't even begun to talk about the strikes in Hollywood, but that's besides the point of this entire video. Going back to the Amazon takeover, that's a possibility. Rumors, etc. Here, rumors of Amazon considering a takeover have resurfaced. So this has been going on for a while. Like I said, it's going to complement its web services, its cloud leadership, and now it's going to be Amazon, this tech company that does both of those, and telecommunications and satellite TV. It's like that would really do Amazon, I feel like, another set of revenue. Let's say, I don't know if Dish has a lot of debt or if they're a failing company. I mean, you look at their chart and it may be rock bottom. I wouldn't say rock bottom, but they have not been necessarily on a good trajectory. What does that mean? The potential for someone to come and buy. Obviously we had this giant dip during COVID, but that quickly got ate up and came back up to $35-ish, $40 max at the highs. And just since then, this is where we started really raising interest rates. The market started coming down all of 2022, and since then, Dish has just kept falling. So it's not like Dish was a bad company. I mean, if we look into it, I'm sure we could probably find why the stock has been dying. Or maybe it's just one of those things that Dish has not been, it has not regained that traction that it once had. So imagine Amazon buying Dish or partnering with Dish, and now Dish jumping up to $35 a share again. Is it a possibility? For sure. That's the scraping the surface why Dish is gone up this past week, over past week 20%. So where does that leave me? Where does that leave us? If you watch the shorts, if you didn't watch the shorts, here's my positioning. So a couple of days ago, bought 2 contracts for $45. Bought a debit spread, which I'll show, and then quickly after we bought this $8 contract, it dropped down significantly, and I was like, let me go ahead and buy another one. So I bought another contract for $28, which brought our average down to about $39. I think it was $39 a contract average. Three contracts at this point. Bought another spread, 2 different spreads here. One's a $50 spread, the other one's a $100 spread. In the morning today, Dish wasn't really doing anything. I was looking at my chart and I was like, man, I'm not really trading what my setup usually is, and I'm trying to aim for that 10-20% gain or loss, and then I'm out. So I started selling off some of these Dish contracts of the 3 that I had, right here at $35 and $40. Once it hit $40, that's when we started gaining traction. So we look at this. So again, in the morning, the $8 call went from $40, dropped again, $30. I was like, man, that's not really good. It dropped even more. I was like, let me just go ahead and get something back out of here, because I wasn't sure if it was going to go up or not. So sold one at 30, sold one at 40, but again, once it hit that 40 mark, that's when we started gaining traction. I still had 1 contract left. Dropped back again here. I was like, I tried buying another contract at this point just to get back in, but after it didn't, because it started going back up, and so we started climbing the rest of the afternoon, got up to 60, and I sold a contract at 60. Somewhere around this area. I don't remember exactly when, but contract kept going up, and it reached a peak of 72, meaning I bought 3 contracts for about $90. I could have sold each for about $70, which would have been $210. I could have made a profit of about $130. That was before the news broke. So now that the news is broken, and this is trading over $8, this is well over $100 a contract now. I could have sold it for even more profit at that point. $300, $210 profit, at least, if not, more. Probably $200, because again, these contracts expire this week. So what does that mean for the other contracts that I have? Well, I have my 2 spreads, 8 and 8.5 call. I got about a max $50 gain here, because again, between 8 and 8.5 is $50 or 50 cents per contract times 100 per contract. It's $50 max that I can gain, because I bought this one, sold this one. We're about $10 right now, but again, because we're above $8, this should go up, and I should be able to at least double my entry point. Again, my max gain should be about $50. If I can sell it for $50 tomorrow morning, then I'm going to do that. That'll put me at a good spot. That'll be an increase of about $40 on the account. And then over here on the 8-9 calls, which don't expire till the end of August, I could hold these for a max gain of $100, which again, my entry point was 67. I got 2 contracts. I bought them for 34. So that means tomorrow, if I can sell them for another $50, that's again another $40 here. So I could probably get about $80 on our account tomorrow morning, depending on how Dish moves, if it sells off. Because imagine these people that were anticipating Dish to do this move, then that means tomorrow morning, maybe this drop right here was all those people that said, yes, I just increased 8%, I'm a sell-off. But then people started getting back in. So there may be another drop in the morning, but hopefully it continues an increase. Regardless, I've set my mind to it. I'm out. If I would have held my naked $8 calls for the end of the week, that would have been phenomenal. I could have probably run this account up to 1,000, and that would have been great. But again, small good decisions. We need to stick to that. and make sure that we are just making a strategy and making sure that we're sticking to it. And let's just look to the future, right? Let's go back to Dish. Let's go to trade options, and let's just say we're hoping that this guy's going to get back up to the 30s. So we're going to go out a good ways away, shoot January 2025. $4. These are probably going to shoot up another 20% or so. They're probably going to be worth about $6. Yeah, they'll be worth $6 because it's $2 away from $10 strike. So these are going to go up $200. So regardless, we think that by 2025, they're going to go back up to $30 a share. We could buy these and potentially make some good money. Again, look at that. If it got to exactly 30, we wouldn't make anything. But anything over 30, we can make a good gain. And obviously, between now and then, if it spikes back up or it gets to 30 way before then, it jumps up to 30. Technically, let's just say we bought it for 107, bought it for 100, but then it goes up to 60. Some way, somehow, Amazon does the thing and they buy them. At $30 a share, that'd be $3,000 a contract, $60 a share, or about a $6,000 per contract. So if we were trying to kind of foresee the future in hopes, you could potentially, and I say potentially, but you could say that about any trade. You could potentially trade $100 up to about $3,000 if you wanted to wait 2 years, a year and a half-ish. That's what I'm doing with my Disney call, which I'll go over another day. I got some leaps down here that I'm hoping that Disney's going to increase back up. We go back a year when Disney was, at its higher prices that are about $4, $5, $6 a contract. I bought these at about $50. I can turn $150 to $1,500. Regardless, that's the news. If you have any more questions or any particular stock you want to review kind of like this, leave a comment, tweet at me. I'll put my Twitter accounts down on the link below and let me know. Hopefully by the end of the week, we can get this account back up to $800. That's the goal.